Hey guys, this is Kal, the founder of Fearless Transformation. Today, I wanted to be talking to you about the program that I'm created, and that is the NLP Practitioner Training. And I help people, mainly leaders, to double their results with half the time invested. And when I say leaders, I'm talking about seminar leaders, I'm talking about coaches, I'm talking about trainers, I'm talking about entrepreneurs, I'm talking about sales professionals, okay? And I'm talking about anybody who is committed to their personal development and their professional development at the same time, so that you can have the lifestyle that you always wanted, and have the relationship you always wanted, and have the money that you always wanted with freedom and ease. So that's my mission. There you go. You have it now. And if you know a little bit about myself, for those of you who don't know me, I'm originally from Lebanon. I came to the United States back in year 2000, been here for 15 years, and went to Arizona State University, graduated in engineering, and I found myself that I wanted to explore the entrepreneurial world. So I started my business for 6 years until the economy crashed in 2011. And as a result, I hit rock bottom and I lost my business, I lost my savings, and now here I am looking at a foreclosure letter in my house. And in these dark times, that's when I decided that I'm no longer going to settle for the situation that I'm in. I found myself, I'm jeopardizing my success using my mindset. I don't know if you've been in a place where you were doing so well for yourself, and yet deep down inside of you, they found that you are not deserving, or there's a conversation that things are not gonna stay good. Yeah, this is good now, enjoy it, but it's not gonna stay for too long, so might as well, ruin it right now. And this was a conversation in my head. So everybody has a different conversation, or different thing, we call them limiting beliefs. So that was one of my limiting beliefs, that is, money is hard. I grew up in a culture where, my dad is a hard worker. I used to go and help him during summertime after school, and I find him like really working hard. And then one time he stopped and he looked at me and he showed me his hands. There's blood coming out of his hands. And he told me, look how hard I'm working for you. Look how hard what I'm doing in order to take you to school and be able to feed you and get you what you want to be. And part of me, I was so grateful for what he's doing and the work that he's putting in place. And another part of me, I want to go crawl under a rock, and I wish I was never born, because I'm causing my dad so much pain and suffering. I don't know if you have a conversation that is similar to that, or you can relate with what I'm sharing with you right now. But the reason why I'm sharing that with you is, all of us, something happened in the past, and then we make a meaning out of it. So, there's something that happened, okay, and then we make a meaning out of it. So something happened where my dad, showed me there's blood coming out of his hand. That is something that happened. And then I made it mean that money is hard, and only money comes when we're like blood and tears are coming out. And that is the meaning that I carried all my life, and I found myself working so hard in everything that I do, and money comes so hard for me, and I have to struggle and challenge, and it was a struggle. And I don't know if you ever experienced that in your life in any area. It doesn't have to be, specifically that story of what happened, but something similar. It could be like you raised your hand in school, and your other students made fun of you, and then you decided that you no longer will raise your hand to anything until you wait others to do it first, and then you'll follow. It could be something like that. But that, my friend, is something that is stopping you from where you want to be in your life. And that is my mission. After the economy crashed in 2009, I was doing so well in my business, and here I am in 2011, I lost my business, I lost my savings, and I'm looking at a foreclosure letter, and I needed help. And I remember watching the movie The Secret. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it, and it was so enlightening for me at the time, because I was not into personal development at the time. And I was so enlightened that all you got to do is think positive thoughts, and then when you think positive thoughts, you're going to feel positive. When you feel positive, then, you will attract more positive to your life. That's called the law of attraction. And I got so excited about it, because at the time I was so, immature, or I would say immature, more of a rookie when it comes to personal development, because yet that inspired me, but it didn't show me any action plan to do, what to do. They were telling us what to do, but it's not really quite. They weren't telling us how to do it, and it was not focused on action. It was only focused on visualization and the mind, and just, imagining yourself, which is great. We talk about that in NLP. However, also we talked about the action, what is stopping us from taking action. So as an engineer, as a scientist, I go online, I start doing research about it. I mean, is it true? All I gotta do is just think positive thoughts, and then I'll feel positive, and then I'll attract more positive in my life. That just sounds too easy. It can be that easy. So as a result, I started doing this research, and I found out that quantum physics supported the idea, meaning that thoughts have frequency, and frequency attracts more like it. I got excited, except that I wanted to do action. I wanted to create actions, and I didn't know how to do that. That's when I stumbled into the technology of NLP. And NLP stands for Neuro-linguistic programming, which is a technology of conditioning the mind to do and get what we want in our life, using the language that is spoken and unspoken to achieve anything we want in our life. NLP is a science of modeling successful people, see how they do what they do best, and chunk it down into pieces so that you and I and anybody else can do that same thing if we have the physical ability, obviously, to do it. Right? I'm not going to be able to do what Michael Jordan has done. I'm only 5'7", and I never played basketball, except, a couple times. But besides the point, that's what NLP is all about, is science of modeling. And that's what I dedicated my life at the time, because I was in such a dark times, and that helped me to overcome, all these dark times. And fast forward 4 years later, I'm now leading the life that I always wanted. I'm traveling the world doing these trainings and these certifications, and I'm helping a lot of people to get what they want in their life out of this technology. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and I hope you're excited as I'm excited, because right now in a moment I'm going to share with you what's in it for you. So what's in it for you out of doing that training? Here's what's in it for you. In this training, what you're going to learn is a lot of stuff, right? I was like, yeah, I hope so, in 7 days. But okay, so let's start going through what you're going to learn. You're going to learn a little bit about anchoring techniques. Anchoring techniques, you're going to anchor resourceful state in your body so that you have access to this resourceful state. It could be, over the top state where you that's what you needed when you're maybe in front of audience, that you want to excite them, you want to inspire them, you want to teach them, you want to get them engaged, or you want to be more of a relaxed state when you're under pressure, when your emotions are high and your intelligence seems to go down. You need to learn how to manage these emotions, and that using anchoring techniques, you'll have it in your body. So for example, before I start the video, I go ahead and I fire this anchor right now, and that takes me automatically to when I'm racing my car on the racetrack and my adrenaline rushing, and I'm passing this car on from the right hand side, which is not okay to do, but it gives me the the thrill of doing that, and that memory is in my brain, and anytime that I press that, boom, it just gets me right behind the steering wheel, and I'm right driving the car. And then on top of that, when I led my first training in Beirut, Lebanon, that was in 2012, in front of 460 people, and that was the first time I speak in public. I mean, that was very, very intense, to say the least. Speaking of public, that is the number one fear that people have, is speaking in public, and that was one of my biggest fears. And here I am, I'm speaking to you here in this video, and I speak in front of thousands and thousands of people. Like for the past 3.5 years, I've led over 450 seminars all over the country in around 35 to 40 states and over 68 to 70 cities. In front of different audience, helping them transform their communication skills to others and within themselves, and the leadership skills as well. And never mind the trainings that I've been doing in NLP that is more intimate, 7 to 20 people at a time, because that's when we dig deeper, which this training, what's this going to be all about. It's going to be intimate training in order for you to get more in depth of what you want and have immediate feedback on how to get there. Okay? So with that being said, the anchoring techniques, you're going to have it in your body. You have access to it. You can get there anytime you want. How valuable would that be when you are under pressure, or when you want to be motivated, or when you want to attract that special someone? You want to be in a charming state a little bit, maybe like a funny state. So you get to declare what state that you want to be in, and you want to have this anchored in your body somewhere. Someone else can guide you how to do that. And not just within you, you'll be able to do it in others as well, with their permission, obviously, yes? The second thing you're going to learn about is creating rapport. Rapport, how to create instant rapport with people so that you connect with them on a deeper level, that it lasts. And we all know about first impression. People make first impression, boom, within seconds. How about sometimes you are prepared, you have the content, maybe you are a salesperson, or you want to persuade someone, or you want to lead someone, or you want to do a presentation in front of upper management or in front of your team, and yet you don't find yourself having that connection with the crowd. And that's what rapport is all about. How to be able to read the room, to read the audience, to read that person you're talking to. You learn how to do that using your body language, using the tone of voice, and using the words to use and not to use that would resonate, and boom, it will just create that intense connection and trust with that person. And that is the second benefit that you'll get out of training, is that rapport skill. And how much you're gonna get more out of creating rapport is, in your business. Imagine when you're able to create that trust and connectedness in your business, within your team, or with a client, or with a prospect that you want them to become a client. That is an invaluable, that by itself is a $500,000 tool that I learned in these NLP trainings, how to create connection with others. And I gotta tell you, someone like myself, English obviously is not my first language, right? And I'm from an engineering background. I'm very more detail oriented, which means I like to chunk things down into step-by-step process. I study what people do best, and how could we chunk it down into from step 1, step 2, step 3, very logical this way. And I'm a guy on top of that, which means communication, it doesn't come very naturally for me. So if I can do this, you can do it as well. And yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And in this training, you're going to learn how to unreveal your most human potential, your power within, and get it to unleash in such a way that is going to touch, move, and inspire people that's going to be around you, whether it's your family, whether it's in your business, or whether it's just a person that you just meet down the street. How interested will you be in that? Building your self-confidence, building your self-esteem as a result of all of that is all possible. Another thing I can share with you is another benefit that you'll get out of this training would be learning, for example, the Milton Erickson's, how he was such a great at storytelling. You'll learn the art of storytelling so that people will start hanging on every word that you say, and in the process you'll be able to help them to uncover their own solutions, which means you become more influential, become more charismatic in the process. Another benefits that you're going to get will be how to be able to become a master persuader using the cut me here. Using the meta programs. The meta programs is a system will teach you how people make decisions. Some people are conditioned to move away from pain. Some people are conditioned to move towards pleasure. How to be able to know, using the language that they use, how to be able to know which is one of their meta programs, so that when you understand that, you'll be able to speak to them how they understand, how their programming is, not how you like to speak or how your programming is, which means you become a master persuader in order for you to help people either in changing behaviors or getting involved in your product or service, and the sky's the limit. Leaders are persuaders. Leaders are persuaders. The more persuasive you are, the more you can lead people and have a healthy team to move towards where you want in your life and help your team and your followers to get what they want in their life. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're learning these tools for, is to make the world a better place and help people get where they want, isn't it? Next thing you're going to learn is also you'll learn things about how to be able to create a well-formed outcome. Well-formed outcome. Knowing what you want. We always want to start with end in mind, which I'm sure you heard that a lot. However, in NLP, we go into more of modalities, understanding the modalities and the sub-modalities. Mainly, there are 3 modalities we talk about a lot in NLP. Okay? And the modalities are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Okay? How to be able to have your goals and your outcomes anchored within you in visually, auditory, and kinesthetically, so that your subconscious will have very little chance but not to accomplish your goals, because they're just so deeply rooted, they're re-imprinted. But all of that is not going to lead you where you're going to go. The biggest myth is, oh, just write down your goals and you'll get them. And goal writers are goal accomplishers, and that is a big myth, because there's part of us that there's a conversation, there's a little voice in our head that sometimes tells us, yeah, great, buddy, you want to make, $10,000 a month, or you want to buy this nice property, you're going to go live in Hawaii, or you're going to go this vacation, you want to have this beautiful, attractive, partner. Deep down inside, there's a little voice would say, yeah, that sounds good, but, and now fill in the blanks with the limiting belief. That's called the limiting belief. And that's what we're going to work on in this training. You're going to target that limiting belief. What is your fears that's been stopping you from getting what you want in your life? Those limiting beliefs that's been setting you back from what's really important for you in your life and stopping you from exploding to the next level, to really experience the greatness and the power of your brain. And that's a limiting belief that's stopping you from that. So you're going to learn patterns, pattern after pattern. You're going to learn the swish pattern. You're going to learn disassociating yourself, from the situation that you're in that time, meaning changing what happened. Remember we talked about what happened in the story? So what happened is what happened. It's a fact. However, the story is what we're going to be working on using these patterns, meaning instead of making, the pattern that has been holding me back, that, money comes hard or whatever that BS is, and BS stands for belief system. I'm sure you knew that, yes? And how you'll be able to change that story so that you can replay that movie in your head, and now it doesn't have the same negative emotional association that stops you. Now instead, it has a neutralize, at least a neutralize. Neutralize will be good, wouldn't it? It's a good start. Instead of having a stimulus that is causing a negative emotion, now at least you can neutralize it, and then afterwards, you will learn how to get it into the positive. So which means in your subconscious, which is 80% of your programming or our behaviors are 80% unconscious. How many times you're driving down the street and then you missed your home exit? We're in trance 80% of the time. We're in trance. And in NLP, you'll learn how to break that pattern so you become more present, more aware. You'll learn some listening skills, some keywords, what to hear, what to listen for. We'll be able to learn your audience. Are they more visual learners? Are they more auditory, more kinesthetic? And how to be able to tweak your communication in order to support that. So there are so many tools in these 7 days you're going to learn that in the end of the day, imagine this. You grab your brain, your owner's manual of your brain. Your owner's manual of your brain. Imagine if you have access to your owner's manual of your brain. That's what the NLP practitioner training is all about. You grab the owner's manual of your brain, you look at it, and first you get to see how you behave. What excites you? What doesn't excite you? How you respond when certain situation happens. You start studying it and studying it. I was like, wow, yes, this happens, this doesn't happen. And then after you explore it, you study it, and now you start mastering it, you'll be able to tweak it. you'll be able to reprogram it in the way you want to, so that your owner's manual, your brain, so that your brain will want to deliver on the results that you're committed to in your life, versus having to be unconscious 80% of the time. Would that something you'll be interested in? Okay. So last thing I want to say, all of this training that I got since 2011, going to every seminar that I could get hold of to. I went to Tony Robbins seminars, and yes, I walked on fire, and no, I didn't burn my feet. I've taken the Practitioner, the Master Practitioner, and I'm a certified NLP trainer. And then I started with other, gurus from T. Harv Eker to Brendan Burchard to Landmark Education, and all of them. I learned so much. I'm just so hungry for learning and growth since 2011. It's just like an onion layer, one at a time, one layer at a time. I'm peeling and peeling and peeling, and you know what? I found out that this never stops. Because growth only takes place outside of our comfort zone. And here's the thing. Before everything went down and I was in that dark space, I found myself, I was comfortable. I don't know if you're in a place in your life where you feel things are okay, are you comfortable? I doubt if that's the case, because you wouldn't be watching this video till now, because things are okay. However, comfort is, for me, the death of growth. And growth only takes place outside of our comfort zone. So I acknowledge you for watching this video. I acknowledge you for your commitment to your personal development, because we need leaders. We need people like you who are investing in themselves. We're living in a society that's just so stagnant, and we have this sense of mediocrity mentality that has been pushed upon us from the media, from the commercials, from schooling. We don't have great leaders anymore. So we need you. We need you to keep investing in yourself. We need you to lead. We need you to inspire. We need you to teach. And in this training also, you learn how to give the great presentation skills. You have the template, like that exact template. When you walk in front of the room, what would you do first? What would you do second? What would you do third? And you just fill in the content of your speech. You just fill it in, but you'll have the template to fill that in, so that you won't have to stumble over your words and be able to be completely present with your audience. Because we all know, when we first walk into a room or speaking in public, in the beginning, you know that it's going to be a little bit challenging, but then you'll be all right. You'll get the hang of it later. But in the beginning, that's where the stumble is. So that's why having a template in the beginning, in the first 2 to 5 minutes, that's what's going to serve you, and you'll have that as an extra benefit in the training. As bonus, I'm going to give you also my program, Fearless Communication at Work. In this program, you will learn how to deal with all types of difficult personalities at work, and with freedom and ease, so that you can create affinity and harmony in the workplace. As a leader, you'll learn how to create great teams, high-performance teams, so that you can increase your performance and lower the cost and help the morale goes up. Because when morale goes up, now you're having more performance and people want to be there. Just like, with Google and Zappos, the morale is so high. People take pride of their jobs. And isn't that what you want on your team? That's what you're going to learn in this program. Another bonus you'll get. Fearless outcome, goal setting. In this program, you'll learn the 7-step process of creating and setting outcomes. We don't call them goals, we call them outcomes, because goals on the subconscious level, it seems like something that is hard to get. Whereas an outcome, you always get an outcome. So remember, the language, our word, create our world, which means we're going to be careful with the subconscious. There's anchors, there's auditory anchors to our subconscious that create certain emotional response. So you're going to learn how your brain works, how does it respond positively and sometimes negatively, and how to reframe your limiting beliefs so that you won't have that fear to stop you, and instead you'll be empowered to move and get what you want in your life. Isn't that what you want? And that's what you're going to be getting out of this training as well. So, and the third bonus I'm going to add to you, and that is the mastermind. After the training, you're going to go, it's just so much that you're just going to feel on an unconscious level that you changed, that you actually transformed. We're not talking about information, we're talking about transformation. There's a complete distinct phenomena between information and transformation. You're going to get transformation, and that is my promise to you. Meaning, as you're walking down the street, or when you're on a sales presentation, or if you are communicating with other people, with a person that maybe you're interested in, or even when you are, under pressure, and you in the past, you found yourself to act in a certain way that it was not serving you, after that training, you're gonna be going through the motion, except now you're gonna be finding yourself taking a different behavior, and then you're gonna stop and you're gonna say to yourself, wow, where did that come from? And you're gonna wonder how else you change, and where else you change, and where else can you still change, and you are making these changes on deeper level as you go through life every single day, aren't you? And isn't that what learning and growth is all about? Okay? So this is a third bonus, and that is a mastermind group. Because when you go out of this training, you will have calls for the next 3 months. You will have phone calls with other empowered people that they speak the same language. They know about NLP, and they will help you overcome some of these fears, some of these barriers. I had a student who used to be afraid of fire. She went through this traumatic experience. She's working at her job, and then explosion happened in the lab, and as a result, she just couldn't work there anymore. And anytime she's driving and she sees an accident, she just freaks out. So she got diagnosed with PTSD. Okay, and out of the training that she went through, she sent me text message saying, oh my God, I'm just driving down the highway and this huge truck that went on fire, and I just stopped, did the technique, and automatically went through it, and I was not get affected. Another thing that happened, she put it on a Facebook post, and she said, I'm at this Japanese restaurant. You know how the Japanese restaurant, sometimes you cook and then this fire comes out of the grill, and this huge fire came out of the grill, and in the past she would just freak out, and she didn't. And now she changed, she transformed, and that is something that it doesn't impact her life. She used to don't go outside the house without her dog. If she doesn't have her dog with her, she can't go outside, and her dog is trained, is a trainer dog. So now she is pursuing her business. Now she's training other dogs for people that they have traumatic experience and PTSD, so that it will be able to serve people that had her challenge in the past. So what is it that your purpose is? What is it you want to teach? What is it when you want to inspire? Who is it that you want to lead? What is the mission that you have? That, and you just multiply it by 10, having these NLP tools in your background. If you're a trainer, if you're in front of the room, imagine how powerful that is, being able to engage the crowd and create change in much more impactful and faster way. How many of us as trainers, we find people complaining, I can't do this, oh no, this doesn't work with this person, or they have this already always listening of who they are and other people who they are. How about if you have this tool where you can just have them in front of everybody, work with them with their permission to help them change that limiting behavior instantly in front of everyone else? How would you feel about that? That's what's possible for you as a trainer. And having more tools in the toolbox so you can create change with people on a massive level with freedom and ease. Okay? So let's recap. All of these tools that I learned for the past 5 years now, okay, doing all these trainings and counting the seminars, counting the tuitions for these seminars and these programs, to the hotels, to the car rental, to the gas, to travel itineraries. I counted all of them, and it's interesting, I came up to have the $57,000 worth how much I invested in myself for the past 5 years in these programs. Now, I'm not going to charge you this much for the 7-day NLP practitioner training. My tuition is only $1970. It's only $1970, okay? And you will get the 3 bonuses that I talked about, which is the fearless communication at work. You get the fearless outcome, so you get the fearless outcome. You'll get the fearless communication at work, and you'll get the mastermind for the next 3 months afterwards, after the training. You'll get the free mastermind, which you are on a call with other empowered people, moving beyond your challenges and holding each other accountable for what you want in your life. And that is included in that, okay? So these are the bonuses. So the fearless communication, you're going to get the outcome program, and then you're going to get the mastermind, okay? And the fearless communication is 197 value. The outcome is 147 value. And both of those are in audio or DVD, okay? And you're going to get the mastermind, which is a $570 value, okay? You're going to get all of those free when you sign up for the NLP practitioner training, okay? And I'm only doing this for 20 people because I want to have this training to be intimate. I want to have it to be personal, and I want it to have it transformational. So only 20 people that I will be having in this training. And for the first 5 people that you register right now, somewhere around that video, there's a button there that we can register. For the first 5 people, you'll get half ticket free, which you can bring a friend, you can bring the family member. So you get this ticket, and then you'll get another ticket, half off if you choose to get another ticket. Good? All right, good. So we got, this is your registration, this is your tuition for the NLP practitioner training. You'll get a certificate by the end of the training that shows you're an NLP practitioner, and which means that you could include on your resume, you could, apply for a training company, or you can just have it for you so that you know that you have these tools in the toolbox. You can show it off as well, and I used to show it off sometimes in the beginning because it's valuable. And whoever knows about NLP, it's the most powerful tool Tony Robbins uses in his trainings to help people change their limiting behaviors. And a lot of other big gurus, they have this tool in the toolbox, and many of them, unfortunately, they do not say it. They don't say that they are doing NLP because some people, they have this negative, association with it, that, oh, you're messing with my mind, you're messing with my brain. And you know what? When you do it with integrity, that's what I'm doing, is that now you are doing it to help people, and nobody can mess with one's brain unless without permission. So when you are sitting right there, you can tend to choose what do you want in your life, and you'll be getting the chance to do the work on you. I can't do the work on you if you don't do the work on yourself. So you got to do the work on yourself. I'll show you the tools, I'll give you the patterns, I'll give you whatever you need, and you will end up doing the work on yourself. You will end up looking at your owner's manual, your brain, and you get to change and tweak and move and create what you want for yourself now, wouldn't you? All right? So that's what I got for you. And as a bonus, for each of the participants, you are going to be standing where I'm standing right here in my Fearless studio, and you'll get to create a couple of videos. Video number 1 is a 2-minute video on who you are and what are you contributing to the world. And you could use it to promote yourself. You can use it to show it to your kids. You can show it to your team members, or you can just have it for yourself to remind you of who you are, so that anytime you feel disempowered, you can just watch this video and get you back where you need to be. The second video will be more of a promo video. You can use it on your website, promoting your product or service. And I can coach you and help you on how to create a template so you can speak authentically to the camera and how to create an impact in the crowd and motivate people to take action, whatever that action that is. Okay? So last but not least, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for watching this video and for your commitment for your personal transformation. We need leaders. We need people like you to change the stagnation that our society is going through, the sense of comfort, the sense of entitlement that, it's programmed within us. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your commitment for you having for yourself and for others, for helping people. And by helping people, you're going to help yourself, because there's such a unique phenomena around when we are helping people lift their quality of living. In Newton's second law says that for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. So when we are creating this value for others, something happens in the universe. And don't ask me how, because I don't know how does it work, but I know it works. It comes back. So instead of asking, someone to give you, no, give first. Give first. Give and you shall receive. And that is my message that I learned from one of my mentors, and I'm sharing that message here with you is, what is it that you got to give, and what is it that you want, and how are you going to make it happen? And everything that you want for yourself in your life is available for you out of mastering your brain, which is right here. Everything's available for you. When you are looking at it, you can make changes, and you can make the change starting now. I look forward to serving you, whether or not you register for this course, watching my other videos, watch my other videos, my training videos. Whether or not you come to this course, I hope to see you in future courses. I hope that we meet one of these days. We crossroads one of these days, and I'll be able to help you. I'll be able to be part of your journey, because that's what gives me purpose. That's what gives me fulfillment. So thank you for watching this video. And I would tell you, by the end of the training, if you're not satisfied, if you're not feeling complete that you got the value that you wanted, I will give you your money back. That's right, I just said it. I will give you your money back if by the end of the training, you stick into the end of the training, and you tell me at the end of the training, you know what, Cal, I didn't feel like I got the value that I wanted. No questions asked, I will give you your money back, because I'm committed for your success. I succeed when you succeed, and I want you to be a messenger when you go out from the training to spread the word on what you got out of the training and how you're going to help others get what they want. So that is my purpose. And I honor you, I acknowledge you for being on this video, and I hope to see you and meet you and shake your hand and be part of your transformation, to be part of your journey and be part of your success. Until then, always be fearless and always be growing. Cheers.